Hello and howdy ho everyone, Foxy Games here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Full Story Playthrough. We did quite a bit in the last episode, including killing the first Lightwarden at Holminster Switch, and we also met Granson over there, and we are slowly working toward killing one of the Cardinal Virtues, one of the more nasty Sin Eaters. So we're going to continue with that right now, because well, we are already level 77, which means that we can really get at a large part of this quest line. Let's see. Oh. No, we can't do it yet. We actually need to go further with the main story quest. Well, that's just fine. Alright, so, the Exarch did say that we should get some rest once we finished up everything we had to do, so we might as well just go ahead and do that. Fuck you. There we go. Welcome back, miss. I wonder if anyone can sleep with the city in such an uproar, but will you be retiring to your quarters? Of course. Very good. In light of the present situation, I have had illumination prepared for all our rooms. No need to rush to the markets for lanterns or candles. Have a pleasant rest, miss. Yes, everybody is very excited about the fact that the night sky has returned to Lakeland.
So it's your lot's turn to be the Warriors of Darkness, is it? It's funny how things work out.
Sure is, my friend. Well, we could be rude and say these are my private quarters, but come on, we're the only ones who can see him. If we turned him away, he'd have no one. Been watching, have you?
Well, I did warn you. I followed you to Eulmore and then on to Armorang, and I was there when you slew the Lightwarden. Those white-haired twins who were with you. I remember them from our battle in the Source. Are they your friends then? Through thick and thin?
Absolutely.
Aye. Then I suggest you keep them close. It's when you charge ahead trying to save someone else that you end up losing those you love. Not that you need telling, I'll bet you've lost plenty. But I wonder, what will it cost you this time? I don't remember when it was that I learned regret wasn't worth the bother. You get numb to it all over the years. The lost comrades, the broken promises, the abandoned principles. Just more nagging burdens to ignore.
So this is what the light was hiding. She's here. I must go to her.
Who's that now? Meanwhile, it's at an Imperial Magitech facility in the Source. Well, it's about time we had an update.
Intruders! Fan out and find them!
of my way!
Stay your weapon. We are not your enemy. When the alarm sounded, I wondered what we had done to betray our presence. But I see now we are not the only intruders. Sir Estinian, I presume. The dragoon who plucked the Warrior of Light from the jaws of death. Your armor is most distinct.
Much as yours once was. But even without it, I see a former legator still has eyes and ears in unexpected places. Van Baelsar, in the flesh. Though I understand you prefer Shadow Hunter.
You are in contact with the Scions, I take it.
Through no choice of my own. They tracked me down and conscripted me to their cause. I swear their receptionist was trained as a spy. Not that anyone can escape that Baldessian woman once she has caught the scent of your ether.
Oh, Tataru and Kryl are hard at work, I see.
If they have resorted to using freelancers, I must assume their attempts to wake the afflicted have failed. And what of their champion?
Away on other business. Thus, it has fallen to me to root out any trace of the Empire's new weapon.
If it is Black Rose you seek, you are too late. My people have already completed your mission here. Yet this is but one factory among many. When they caught wind of our efforts, they built additional facilities to ensure production continues unabated. There will be no one left in the lands they conquer. No citizens to conscript. No skills to exploit. Nothing the Empire needs. And they will call it victory.
What exactly does this Black Rose do?
The gas is described as a poison, but its actual effect is more arcane in nature. It was created to disrupt the ether in living beings, to bring the flow of their life energies to a standstill. Inhaling even the tiniest amount will cause all bodily functions to cease, much as a potent venom will stop a man's heart. Released over a city, Black Rose could conceivably kill every inhabitant, and all without damaging a single structure.
Search every corner! Rouse the barracks if you have to! I want this facility secured!
I have more questions, but now is not the time.
Sir Estinian, I have an offer for you, but I will make it only once. Since it would seem we seek the same answers, you are welcome to join us.
Ha! From what I hear, you need all the help you can get. In case you don't know, Varys himself confessed that your empire was a creation of the Ascians.
I am aware of what his Radiance said at the parley. Thus I would return to the capital, that I might behold the truth of this corruption with my own eyes. My path leads to Garlemald.
An unlikely alliance, but an effective one, no doubt. Ah, and Ardbert. Poor guy. Begging your pardons, miss, but do you perchance intend to head outside? If so, I would strongly advise you not stray too far from the Crystarium. Word has it Eulmore has dispatched its military to Lakeland. Given the timing, one can only assume they do not welcome the return of night. Even now, the Exarch is in the Ocular deliberating a response. Oh dear. Vothry's not happy, it seems. Alright. Let's go over and see what the Exarch has to say. But before we go and talk to the Exarch, we do have an Ether Current quest here. Hail, sinner. Might this old woman impose upon you to travel to Fort Job in her stead? My son Chatwick is with the guard out there, and I have a package for him that wants delivering. I'd go myself, but my knees simply aren't up to the task. Sure. I'm sure we'll be on our way out there anyway. And if not, we'll take a detour. Any other quests that need taking? Does not seem to be so. Nope, so we can head straight to the Exarch now.
You are come at a good time. As you may have heard, we have something of a quandary on our hands. Laxon Loft, here in Lakeland. Eulmore has sent one of its airships. They have questions for us concerning the death of the Lightwarden. Their emissary makes his way here even as we speak.
I suppose the sky does rather give the game away.
Indeed. 'Twas inevitable they would come knocking. The only question was how soon.
My lord, I am come with the Eulmorean emissary. May I show him in?
A moment, Captain, if you would. Everyone, gather round. I do not wish to show our hand prematurely. Forgive me this liberty. Vanish. Enter. Well, well. The commander of the Eulmorean army himself. To what do I owe the honor, General Ranjit?
The Lightwarden is dead, Exarch. Were your people responsible?
You are clearly in some haste, my lord. But before I address your question, you must allow me one of my own. What is Eulmore's interest in this?
His Benevolence, Lord Vothry, is gravely concerned that the actions of an ignorant few may jeopardize relations between man and Sin-Eater. Should it transpire that the Crystarium is guilty of abetting the villains responsible for this outrage, my lord has decreed that it suffer the same retribution.
I see. Since you have been so candid, I too shall speak my mind. Regardless of who is responsible, the Crystarium rejoices in the Lightwarden's death and welcomes the return of the night sky. If Eulmore considers this tantamount to aiding those you term villains, then by all means, carry out your retribution. Know, however, that even should every innocent soul in the Crystarium perish, nothing can stop that which has been set in motion.
Folly. The death of one or 1,000,000 Sin-Eaters changes nothing. The world is dead, and writhe as we might, like maggots in its rotting corpse, it will not be reborn. Only by my master's grace may we live out our days in peace. But I waste my breath. You have made your stance clear. I shall relay your words to Lord Vorthry. In the meantime, you would do well to counsel any here who have done more than merely rejoice in recent events, to throw themselves upon Eulmore's mercy, promptly. One last matter. We are searching for a young artist and his assistant. Know you of whom I speak?
An artist and his assistant, no. I cannot say I do.
What a pity. Should they reveal themselves to you, I bid you hand them over at once. My master is most eager to see them again.
This guy's pretty sharp.
Am I imagining things, or did he just stare straight at us?
I fear he did. The General is not a man to be trifled with. He is a warrior of fearsome repute who has led Eulmore's army since before Vorthry's time, when the nation still spearheaded the fight against the Sin-Eaters. One does not command the world's mightiest army, and for so long, without possessing exceptional instincts.
If Eulmore chose to send such an individual, we must assume this talk of retribution is more than an idle threat. While we are grateful for your support, my lord, we cannot in good conscience put your people in harm's way.
'Tis noble of you to say, Master Alphinaud, but my people have been in harm's way since long before you arrived. Eulmore has ever yearned to rule over what remains of the world. Even should we surrender the Warrior of Darkness to them, they would find some other pretext upon which to invade. The people of the Crystarium know this only too well, which is why, when the time comes, I am certain they will fight to the last man. If truth be told, I would not have been surprised had Ranjit declared war here and now.
He may have reason to delay. According to reports, the Eulmoran forces at Laxan Loft were observed taking a prisoner. A young woman believed to be none other than the Oracle of Light, Minfilia. It may be that General Ranjit wishes to convey her to Eulmore before commencing hostilities. Having mentored generations of Minfilias, it would not surprise me if he had made her capture his chief concern.
Generations of Minfilias.
Ah, of course. How remiss of me. I had intended to speak to you of Minfilia. There is, however, much to say, and precious little time in which to say it. I think it best that you seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. He will be able to enlighten you. Alphinaud, Alizé, would you care to accompany your friend? You doubtless have insights of your own to offer on the matter.
All right, though I'm still not sure I understand it all myself.
In the meantime, I will set about making provisions for war.
So Minfilia is still here in the first. That's the last time we saw her, when she was on her way here. But it almost sounds like it's not our Minfilia. If Minfilia has indeed been captured, I dare say we will see another familiar face anon. But first things first, pray seek out Moren at the Cabinet of Curiosity. Another familiar face. I wonder who that could be. We will continue to watch the Eulmorans. Very good. Well, let's go and learn about what exactly happened with Minfilia. Alright, so which silly children's pop-up book are you going to show us this time, Moren? Whatever you think Moren's going to tell you about Minfilia, it won't be what you're expecting. Just trust me. It seems an age since we bade Minfilia farewell. It's been 2.5 expansions. Yes, if you're after the books pertaining to the Warrior of Darkness, I'm afraid most are out on loan at present. They are experiencing quite a surge in popularity. Oh, you wish to learn about the Oracle of Light? Then it would be my pleasure to assist. After I have finished off some few outstanding tasks, that is, while I attend to them, perhaps you can fetch me a book. The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light, it's called. Though it's intended for younger readers, it provides an excellent summary of the subject matter, and the artwork is quite lovely besides. I would not hesitate to recommend it to anyone with an interest in learning about Minfilia. But you must see for yourself. The book should be located on the level below. Should, I say, for while there is a place for everything here, not everything is always in its place, despite my best efforts. In short, if the book is not where it should be, it will almost certainly be somewhere it shouldn't. So, good luck. In other words, people here suck at putting books back where they're supposed to be. The book does not appear to be here. No luck as yet. No, wait, hold on. Something's coming. I want you guys to listen. Isn't that just the most beautiful thing you've ever heard? God, that gets me every time. The woman who sings that, I believe her name is Amanda Aiken? I can't remember, but God, what a beautiful voice. I told you the night music here was beautiful. Just as your eyes begin to blur, they finally come to rest on a copy of the Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. Very good. Oh, Alisai. That's the book, is it? Sure is. God, that helmet. With the feathers and everything. I like the armor, though. That's kind of spiffy. What even are you? Oh, you're a samurai. Right? No, you're a red mage. Huh. Could have fooled me. Have you found the book? The Illustrated Tale of the Oracle of Light. Intended for younger readers, this tome featuring winsome illustrations tells the beloved tale of the Oracle of Light. Yes, this is the one. I hope it wasn't too difficult to track down. I'm happy to say I've finished all my pressing tasks. If you want to call your friends over, then we can begin at once. Without further ado then, it began 100 years ago, when the flood of light threatened to swallow Norvrant. Just as all seemed lost, a savior appeared who halted the all-consuming radiance. A maiden of hair spun of gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. Naught was known about her save that her name was Minfilia, and for delivering the realm she came to be revered as the Oracle of Light. After stopping the flood, the mysterious maiden vanished without a trace. But 15 years later, her name would unexpectedly reappear in the annals of history. When Sin Eaters laid ruin to the kingdom of Vobert, a young girl was discovered who was immune to the creature's blighted touch. One with hair spun of gold and eyes of clearest sapphire. She was hailed as the Oracle Reborn, and came to be likewise called Minfilia. Enlisting in the Eulmorean army, this Minfilia fought and vanquished countless Sin Eaters. Alas, like so many other soldiers, she eventually met her end in battle. Yet with her dying breath, she whispered unto her grieving comrades, Minfilia will return. And true to her words, some years later, another young girl was discovered who possessed the selfsame eyes, that selfsame hair, and those selfsame powers. She too took the name Minfilia. She too fought Sin Eaters as a soldier of Eulmore, and she too fell in battle. Many more were to follow in her footsteps, and so the cycle continues to this day. And that concludes the tale. By their valor and sacrifice, these women have saved Norvrant on numerous occasions. And were it not for them, we might never have learned of the Lightwardens and their nature. They sound like formidable warriors. Some, perhaps. The truth is rather less simple. Though the Oracle is reborn with certain common traits, she does not inherit the memories or the knowledge of her previous incarnations. All of the Minfilias thus far were discovered as ordinary girls, unversed in the ways of war and ignorant of the power they harbored. While some embraced their fate and devoted themselves to training, others did not. But all were made to face the Sin Eaters, and all died to keep our hopes alive. What can you tell us of the current Minfilia? She was found by the Eulmorean army some 10 years ago and taken into their care. Or rather, their custody. She was a prisoner in all but name, for by that time under Lord Vothri's rule, Eulmore had already abandoned resistance in favor of decadence. Minfilia was an uncomfortable reminder of the war they no longer wished to fight, a potential threat to the peace, and so they kept her under lock and key. For a long while we heard nothing more of her. We couldn't even be certain she was alive, save that it was in the Eulmoreans' best interests for her to remain under their control. But then, 3 years ago, a gallant soul stole into the city and rescued her from their clutches, just like a hero from the tales. Indeed. Well, I believe we now have a good grasp of Minfilia's tale. Thank you for your time, Morin. Might I trouble you for a word, Foxy? Outside. So, this Minfilia won't remember us. A sad thing, really. Would have been nice to see her again after such a long time. Let's go see what Alphinaud wants to talk about. This seems a suitable place for a chat. That's a cute glamour. I like that. As you have already surmised, the gallant soul who rescued Minfilia was none other than our own dear Thancred. They have since been wandering the land together, never remaining in one place for long, which is why we have not yet had a chance to meet them. We know that Minfilia journeyed here as Hydaelyn's emissary to halt the Flood of Light. It could only be her that the people of the First witnessed 100 years ago, the original Oracle of Light. But while there's plainly some connection between the woman we knew and her namesakes, the fact that these girls do not share her memories must surely mean they are not the same person. Thancred has to understand that. I have no doubt that he understands. The question is how he feels. Regardless, the Thancred we know would not forsake his charge. If she's been captured, we may be certain he will not stand idly by. There you go again, talking in your roundabout way. If you think we should rescue Minfilia, just spit it out. It just so happens I agree with you. It's quite clear that this Minfilia possesses Hydaelyn's blessing. And it wouldn't hurt to have a second such individual on our side, right, Foxy? Agreed. One's generally been enough, but fine. No, we're not gonna be like that. Besides, we have to save Minfilia, even if she's not our Minfilia. I see you've made up your minds. Exarch, what brings you here? A report and a proposal. First, the report. Our scouts have confirmed that the Eulmore forces at Laxenloft do indeed have Minfilia in their custody. For the present, they are holding her there, but we can be certain they will move her to Eulmore ere long. Should that happen, we may be forced to give her up as lost. So if we mean to act, we should do so quickly. Which brings me to my proposal. I ask that you entrust this undertaking to us, the people of the Crystarium. Oh dear. A show of strength, maybe. Entrust Minfilia's rescue to the people of the Crystarium. Alright then. Let us hear what the Exarch has to say.
You are doubtless eager to attempt Minfilia's rescue, and with your combined strength you may well succeed. But as I said earlier, I do not wish to show our hand unless absolutely necessary. It was not merely the night sky that you restored to us, but hope. Hope for the future of Norvrand. Unlike you, we cannot contend with the Lightwardens, but so long as hope burns in our hearts, we will fight on regardless. This I will prove to you. My friends, I thank you for gathering at such short notice. There is something I would ask you all. As many of you are aware, I received an emissary from Eulmore a short while ago in the form of General Ranjit. To my dismay, the General condemned the slaying of the Lightwarden, and warned me in no uncertain terms that, should the Crystarium cast its lot with the Warrior of Darkness, there would be war. Let none be mistaken. We would be hard-pressed indeed to resist the might of Eulmore. Some would even call it suicide. And yet my heart cries out to fight. Better that than relinquish the hope that swelled in my breast when I beheld the night sky for the first time in 100 years. Or so says my heart. My mind, meanwhile, reminds me that to follow my heart would be to risk everything we have accomplished thus far. Clearly, this is not a decision to be made lightly, nor less alone. And so I put the question to you all. What should we do?
My lord, you already know our minds. It brought tears to our eyes to witness the knight's return. The whole of Norvrant deserves the same, and not just because some children's story tells us so.
Eulmore's influence is far-reaching. Should war break out, trade would be subject to restrictions. The flow of goods will dry up, and we will struggle to make do with what little trickles through. But make do, we will.
Aye, we can weather such hardships. Is that not the very thing the Crystarium was built for? We have always taken pride in our ability to sustain ourselves. Not just to endure, but to thrive.
When all falls down around you, rise up. Those were your words. There may come a day when all hope seems lost. But even should the rest of the world give in to despair, we shall not. We shall fight on, that our children and our children's children might know a better tomorrow.
Rousing words apart, I never much cared for those Eulmoran bastards anyway. No better than common swindlers, most of them. Wouldn't know a fair deal if it came up and kissed them on the arse.
Trust you to spoil the moment.
It appears we have a consensus. Let it be known that the Eulmoran host at Laxon Loft has taken the Oracle of Light captive. They fear the power she holds over the Sin Eaters, and doubtless intend to imprison her once more. So, I move that we rescue the Oracle, grant her a place among us, and let that be our answer to Eulmore's ultimatum.
Hear, hear!
Hear, hear!
In planning a strategy for the rescue, I open the floor to you all.
And there you have it. If Eulmore wishes to denounce us as villains, then we shall embrace our villainy. Will you do so as well?
We will not be outdone. Consider us your partners in crime.
My lord, our proposal is as follows. We begin by deploying Amaro to occupy the skies over Lakeland. They should serve to delay the airship's departure. At the same time, we scatter dream powder from the air. Not all will succumb to its effects, but it should thin the enemy's numbers, affording us an opening to swoop in and liberate the Oracle.
Very good. Cease your preparations.
Looks like everyone's on board.
And what exciting crimes would you have us commit? Speaking for my fellow villains, I'd say we're capable of most things, though we draw the line at indolence.
If excitement is your desire, then I bid you join the guard. Captain Lena will give you your orders.
Alright. Many here have a place in their hearts for Minfilia. We must ensure this mission succeeds for all their sakes. Though our hosts have offered to take the lead, we still have a part to play. Let's see that we play it well. The people of the Crystarium have initiative. I respect that. They kinda have to. They're the last bastion of hope. So, you will be joining the Guard, but however highly the Exarch thinks of you, you'll receive no special treatment from me. Is that clear? Didn't expect it. Where's your salute, soldier? Better. More spirited than the Exarch's feeble attempts, certainly. Oh. Now, first things first, you'll need uniforms. Go to the Crystalline Mean and report to Catelys. She'll see you measured and fitted. Crystarium uniforms, huh? I don't see a uniform. Report to Catelys. She'll see you measured and fitted. I guess they'll need a way to identify us on the battlefield, so it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Alright. And there's the last of them. Your friends are being measured as we speak. Right this way. We'll see to it that you look your dashing best for your first outing. Done, are you? Let's have a look at those numbers. I see. How goes it? Sorry, Captain, I'm afraid we don't have anything on hand that's a ready fit. But we do have a few that are fairly close. We should be able to make them work with some minor adjustments. Very well then, see to it, and have the uniforms delivered directly to the field. I shall take this opportunity to brief you on the mission. As mentioned earlier, we will deploy Amuro to scatter dream powder from the air. Once the powder takes effect, an elite unit will storm the fortress to rescue the Oracle. Her safe liberation is our sole objective. Engagement is to be avoided wherever possible. I assume we're to be part of said unit? Correct. The unit will be divided into two contingents, one deploying from Fort Job and the other from Ostal Imperative. You and Alphino will join the former. Foxy, meanwhile, will join the latter with me. Before you proceed to your positions, you are to report to Chesamil at Spagirix. She will issue you with a serum to ward off the effects of dream powder. We shall be on our way then. Take care, my friend, and we will see you in the field. It's quite far to the Imperative, so you may make use of an Amuro from the Rookery. After you've collected the serum, of course. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the Spagirix, whatever the fuck that means, but, you know. Right, that's by the Docile Gate, I believe. Yes, sweetie, is there something you need? Oh, one of the guards come for your dram, are you? Here you go. A dose of this will keep you firmly in the waking world while your enemies are off in Dreamland. Now, if this is your first time, I should warn you, it's bitter as sin. Prince's Kiss, they call it, but if you ask me, it should be Crone's Kiss. Just aside, this stuff really is foul. Most people gag like there's no tomorrow, but if you don't drain every last drop, you're liable to end up taking a trip to Dreamland yourself. So I must ask you to drink it here and now while I watch. Come on, give the old crone a kiss. Oh, jeez. Alright. Well done, sweetie. I'm proud of you. Why, if I didn't know any better, I'd even say you enjoyed it. And now you needn't fear falling asleep on the battlefield. Just have care you don't lose any limbs out there, alright? They don't tend to grow back. Oh, we know. Don't worry, we know. We know Rabban al-Din. Yes? What do you require of me? An Amaro to take you to the Imperative, eh? As much as I would like to oblige, all our mounts are reserved for the coming operation. I fear you'll have to go by foot. But wait, there might be another way, assuming you're willing to lend a hand. Ah, jeez. Piece of gear. Let's take a look at it. Let's see. Is it any good? No. What's it look like? I look like Thor. I was about to deliver an Amaro to Radiska's Round, one of the locations whence the beasts will fly for our operation. The tower lies along the route to the Imperative. If near enough is good enough for you, then you may make the delivery in my stead. Very good. I shall ready the Amaro for departure at once. Yeah, that sounds fine to me. Alright. Now we do have a thing to do over here at Fort Job, so I'm actually going to go there first and take care of this little quest. A package. Let's see, a lovingly wrapped parcel. A brown paper parcel with tied up with string, like as not to contain a few of Chathwick's favorite things. Oh, food from Mother. Everyone will be so pleased. Her last letter mentioned how distraught she was to hear that members of the Guard had given their lives at Holminster Switch, and how touched that so many more risked themselves to protect it. But of course she would be. Our whole family is from there, after all. I expect that she wanted to express her feelings by preparing food for us. She does that. Wait a moment. You were at Holminster Switch too, weren't you? I saw you on the front lines. I knew it. I don't think I could ever forget the sight of you, facing down eater after eater without ever once flinching. And it's not just me. You're an inspiration to all of us. Here's an idea. What if you pass these out to the rest of the Guard? I'm sure they'll be awestruck. I suppose we have time. He must be up somewhere. Question is, how do I get there? Fuck. There we go. A homemade meal. Food lovingly prepared by Heggie. Or Hedgie. You have my thanks. For this, of course, but also for the battle. I remember you well. Though we lost many, it would have been many more without your aid. Yay. Bjorn. What a name. It's a very Icelandic name. Ah, food, thank you, and may I just say, it's a true honor to have you here. Your bravery on the field will not soon be forgotten. Grimcog. Sounds like a dwarf. Wicked white, you're her! You were there in the middle of it all, strong as 100 men, a bulwark against the tide of eaters that threatened to overwhelm us, and now you've brought me a sandwich. Yes, I can do it all. The warrior of darkness, deliverer of sandwiches, and slayer of sin-eaters. Jonrick. Chadwick's mother made this? That's the best news I've had in days. Her cooking is excellent. I was sorry that we couldn't save their home, but at least the whole family made it out alive. Well, that's heartening news. Heartening news, I should say. Fuck. I'm having another one of my moments of not being able to speak properly for the life of me. There's a delivery Moogle. I thought Moogles weren't here. I thought they were pixies. Eh. Please, were they? I expected as much. I apologize for asking such a trifling task of you, but we lost a lot of people on that battlefield. Anything that might raise morale is well worth trying. And I thought that if they admire you even half as much as I do, well... In any case, you have my sincerest gratitude. I saved my favorite portion of the food for you, so please take it along with my thanks. And what's that? Grilled rail. Succulent tenderloin of an island rail, seared to savory perfection and garnished with garlic and rock salt. Yeah, that sounds pretty fucking good, not gonna lie. But with that done, we have an Oracle of Light to rescue, and we shall waste no further time. Radiska's round is to the north and west. You can take the road or fly. It's up to you. Upon arriving, make yourself known to the sentry, and she will give you further instructions. You should become separated from the Amaro, worry not. The beasts are trained to return to the rookery. That is it. Go well. Right. So basically, you can't use this thing just as a free-flying mount and explore stuff. So we won't take any detours, we'll just head straight to the round. Amaros are pretty cool, though, the little dragon beasts that they are. Oh, you're delivering that Amaro to us? I'm afraid there's been a change of plans. We already have all the beasts that we require here. Instead, this one is to go to the Imperative to the west, of course. Please see to it that the handler on duty, Zeli Vanthu, see it to the handler on duty. God, I can't read. If you encounter trouble along the path, return here and we'll set you right otherwise. How typical. Oh well. It's fine. Ah, the last Amaro. My thanks, friend. You may lead the beast with me. Say, I don't believe I know you. Did you join the guard recently? Something like that. Ha! So that is the way of it. Well, you managed to arrive, and that's all that matters in the end. I bid you welcome to the Ostal Imperative, one of our key strongholds in Lakeland. The first thing you'll want to do is report to the captain. You'll find her at the lookout across the way. An alert Amaro. Gwee, gwee! Oh, that's cute. Alright. First thing we want to do, of course, is grab that ether current. Not ether current, etherite. That's the word I'm looking for. Speaking of ether currents, there are some pretty close to here. Alright, I got all the ether currents that were here, so now let's go and talk to Lena. So, it seems that rather than the Amaro delivering you, you delivered the Amaro. I'll not thank you. I expect all my soldiers to make themselves useful. Speaking of which, I have a task for you. Well, I suppose that's fair. She's all business. She's not doing it to be a bitch. A weapon coffer? Is it any better than what I have? No, but we will look at it. Deep gold sword. Oh, shitty. Okay, hold on. That looks pretty neat. How about the shield? That's a pretty nice looking shield, to be honest. Oh, and then we'll get to choose... No, we'll get all of these glamours, Crystarium shits that are level 1. In readiness for the operation, the Amaro will need to be treated with the same serum as us. As you well know, however, it is not pleasant. In order to coax them into taking it, we have sprinkled it on their fodder. All that remains is to feed it to them, a task I'm sure you will enjoy. Fetch the fodder from the Amaro launch and see to 4 of the beasts. Dismissed. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be thrilling. You have a quest for me. Damn it all! We can ill afford to lose another. Oh there, friend. Might you lend me your aid? One of my best men is yet to return from his patrol, and I fear the worst. As you can see, his Amaro made it back safely, but my man's nowhere to be found. Could you search for him in my stead? I'd go myself, but I can't very well abandon my post. Gree! Gree! Uh-oh. Bloody beast, where do you think you're... Ah, too late, I suppose. But wait, do you reckon he's gone back to his rider? Sorry to trouble you, friend, but do you think you could follow that Amaro for us? That scaly brute might be my best chance at finding our man. And take this salve with you. I reckon there's a good chance he's out there too wounded to have made his way back. Sure, but we have another quest to grab here. We've got 2 of them, as a matter of fact. So, we're going to be grabbing those quests as well. Shonard. Ho there! If you're not otherwise occupied at the moment, how about lending me a hand or two? They've got me on repair duty, and what with the sorry shape this place is in, it's definitely not a one-man job. It's a simple enough task. Just take this here pail of mortar, find a couple of spots where the walls are looking ragged, and apply a healthy dab. Thanks, friend. But with our ranks thinned as they are, we need all the help we can get. Yep, that's true. This place is... well, I mean, it could be worse, I suppose. How about back here? No? Okay. It's gonna be on the outside, I'll bet you. I can't see shit. Where are these? Oh, they're all up. Okay. That works. Ah, here's a spot. And another. And another. And the last. Just unmount me then, you fucking game. Oh no! Okay. If this was World of Warcraft, I would be dead as fuck. I saw you hard at work out there, friend. I'll rest easy tonight, knowing that some of the ugliest patches of our wall are looking as good as new. Are you familiar with the history of the Imperative, perchance? It was built nigh on a century ago by the elves who ruled Lakeland in those days. After the flood, it served as one of our bastions of defense against the Sin Eaters. Yes, this fort's taken its fair share of beatings, but it still stands to this day, watching over and protecting the Crystarium and its people, and it's our job to keep it standing. Material and manpower shortages be damned. Of course, we couldn't do it without the generous efforts of volunteers like you. I reckon you have a real talent for repairs. Mayhap I could interest you in joining the guard as a full-time wall mender. I jest, of course. I've already taken enough of your time today. Thank you, friend, and be careful out there. Yeah, I don't think I want to be fixing walls. Ah, the Crystal Tower. A beacon of hope. Standing tall in all its jagged, crystal-y glory. We do have another quest over here to grab, so we shall do so. Hold it right there, Greenhorn. If you thought you could just stroll right past your senior without asking how you might aid me in my duties, you have another thing coming. It just so happens that I have a task for you to perform. This is a supply order that must be delivered to mines at Radiska's Round. You are to take it to him, and to do so with all speed. God damn it, I was just over there. Well, it's on the way to another quest. Or rather, another quest is on the way to it. Well, here's the Amuro that ran away. The Amuro stares intently in the direction of Dampsol. Gwee? Gwee! Oh boy. Well, let's go and find this guy. I'm sure he's sitting in a ditch somewhere. The Amuro eyes the wounded soldier with a gaze that could almost be described as concerned. This must be the sentry who was separated from his mount. Gwee! Gwee! The Amuro eyes you with an expectant gaze. You sense that is hoping you'll attend to the man's wounds. Thank you, friend. When the beast knocked me from my mount, I thought it was the end of me for sure. But however did you know where to look? My mount led you to me? You don't say. I owe you an apology, little fellow. Here I thought you ran off in fear of my foe, but it turns out you were looking for help the whole time. Can you forgive me for doubting you? Gwee! And with that, I'd best head back to the Imperative and let everyone know I'm alright. Thank you, my friend. You saved my life today. Well, great. All's well that ends well for this guy, and now we can go and deliver this package. Yeah, maybe we should have told everyone that I was the Warrior of Darkness. They wouldn't be making me run petty tasks like this. Here's the dude. Well met, traveler. What brings you to our outpost this day? A supply order. A piece of parchment detailing an extensive array of building materials and other supplies needed at the Ostal Imperative. A supply order from Tiana at the Ostal Imperative? But why, pray tell, are you delivering this and not one of our own men? That's what I'd like to know. Mistaken for a new recruit, you say? You should really make a point to clarify the situation next time. Not that I don't appreciate your service, of course, but Tiana has a reputation for running roughshod over anyone she can. While I am loath to impose upon you further, if you'll be returning to the Imperative regardless, I was hoping I might trouble you to deliver the supplies Tiana has requested. I'm afraid the recent Sin Eater attacks have left us rather short-handed. It will take just a short while to prepare the materials for delivery. I invite you to make yourself comfortable while you wait. Not that there's much in the way of entertainment here. It is a military outpost after all. Perhaps you can converse with the soldiers. It'd be sure to raise their spirits, and you just might glean some useful information out of them. Sure, why not? There's our ether current. I believe that makes it the last one in the field for Lakeland. Yep, so all we have are the two remaining that we'll be getting from our last quests out here. Oh there, stranger. We don't get many travelers in these parts. What do you think of the round? She's an odd one as far as forts go, wouldn't you say? Truth is, what you see today is actually the ruins of a larger structure built over a century ago. We took over what was left and converted it into a lookout tower of sorts to serve us in our struggle against the Sin Eaters. Seeing as how it stands at a major fork in the high road, the location's rather ideal, you see. We can see threats coming in from miles away and send out patrols to deal with them before they get too close. Of course, it gets kind of lonely all the way out here, but what can you do? Ah, it's dark. People here must be loving the return of the night sky. A traveler! You're an odd one to pick this place for a leisurely excursion. Me, I can think of 100 places I'd rather be. But since you were kind enough to grace us with your company, why don't I tell you a bit of this place? Radiska's Round was built on the ruins of an old belfry. In more peaceful days, its clarion call would ring out through Lakeland to announce the time of day. Since the flood, however, the bell serves a purpose far more grim, to warn the residents of Lakeland of Sin Eater attacks. Oh, would the day return when its ring again brings joy and not fear. Yeah, well, maybe one of these days. Ah, the music out here is really pretty. All the way at the top, eh? Hello there, friend. Say, have you ever wondered how Radiska's Round got its name? Wait, don't answer that. I have a mind to tell you anyway. Radiska was a guardsman in the early days, one of our best and bravest as the records tell. They say he gave his life holding off a horde of sin-eaters just long enough for a group of refugees to flee to safety. The body of this hero was discovered right here at this tower, and ever since then, it's been named in his honor. Makes a man proud to serve, I say. Well, hey, that's great. I mean, not great that he died, but great that he's honored. You know, in a time like this, petty squabbles tend to disappear. Ah, there you are, friend. Did my men have anything of interest to say? In any event, I hope your stay here was not overly tiresome. I am pleased to inform you that the materials have been packed up and are ready for delivery. Before that, though, please allow me to compensate you for your service. Oh, well, thank you. Now, let's get back over to the Ostal Imperative. Finish our last quests there. And we'll get ready to save Minfilia. Ah, there you are. I was hoping that you'd return so I could properly express my gratitude. You'll be happy to know, as I would, that my man has safely returned to the Imperative. Those Amuro can be stubborn brutes at times, but times like this make a man appreciate what loyal companions they truly are. I'd say this one's earned himself some extra feed for dinner today. Indeed. And now, as you can see, we can fly in Lakeland. What a lovely thing. But we won't be flying too much yet. We need to feed the Amuro. Let's see. Treated fodder. Amuro fodder dosed with the serum of Princess Kiss. Gree, gree, gree! The Amuro happily devours the fodder. Great. Indolent Amuro. Are you going to be difficult? Gwee? Gwee. The Amuro absent-mindedly munches on the fodder. Oh well. Maybe he wasn't that hungry. Anxious Amuro. Gwee, gwee, gwee! Gwee, gwee! The Amuro is wary at first, but appetite eventually wins out and it accepts the fodder. Hey, that's great. Last one. Gwee? Grrr. The Amuro reels at the smell, but accepts the fodder nonetheless. Oof. Alright, Lena, we did the thing. The Amuro are fed? Good. The rest have already been dosed, so we need not fear any of our mounts succumbing to the dream powder. All units have now entered the final stages of their preparations. The time is nigh. Make ready and await deployment atop the main watchtower. I will send your uniform along as soon as it arrives. That is all. May night smile upon us. Alright, sounds great. Let's get on over there. And now that we can fly, we don't have to scale this stupid tower. Alright, we are coming along toward the end of the episode, but I think we'll finish up this quest and then we'll call it. The operation is about to commence. Stand ready. During the operation, some of your gear will be glamored. Your attributes and abilities will be unaffected. Yeah, you see? They remembered that they're capable of doing that. Well, she certainly does look like Minfilia.
Keep moving. What now?
The Crystarium at a guess. Desperate fools. It'll take more than a handful of overgrown lizards to ground us.
You're gonna be... Sound the alarm!
Captain, the powder has taken effect.
It is time. Let us free the Oracle from their clutches.
Let's get our baby back. The first contingent has already entered. Let us follow. And looks like there's a fight.
For the Crystarium!
There you are, Foxy. Mayhap you could lend us a hand. Gladly. Reinforcements! We need reinforcements! My men will occupy the enemy while we rescue the Oracle. Hey, looking good, Alpha now. Come, we keep close to the wall. Oh, not that way. I love this theme, by the way. Here's Alice. This particular theme is called High Treason. There's a healer. I know there's text going by, it's just going a bit too quick for me to read it. We do not have time. Leave them to the guard. Eulmore may boast the world's largest army. But woman for woman, we are no less mighty. I dare say we're better. Intruders, stop them! God, not again! Crystarium scum! Come on over here, friends. This is no token force. They were serious about invading.
Let's give them a show!
Damn, Alice. If you can stand, you can fight. Push them back. There's still more standing than I would have liked. But we must press on regardless. The longer we take, the harder our task will become.
You're not alone.
Ah, we got some stone skin going on from Alphino. We don't seem to be getting anywhere. Foxy, Lena, go on ahead. We'll hold them here. Understood. With me, Foxy. The way is relatively clear. Good. They left those two mages there without any melee or tanks to back them up. These guys are terrible at dungeon planning. The Eulmorans, I mean, not the game developers. I'm making a joke. No, actually, dungeon design in this game is pretty damn good. Excuse me. I'm the tank. You want to hit me. There she is! Oh, the dust didn't affect her. Thank you. Are you from the Crystarium? Correct. We've come to rescue you. Your weapons, made to the same specification as Thancred's. Be ready to use them. Understood. Please lead the way. Time to pull out. Let's rejoin the others and quit this place. Come on, Minfilia. All of this trouble because of me. I'm so sorry. Save your apologies until after we've escaped. It's quiet. Too quiet. Uh-oh. Is that Ranjit? This will not end well. Brazen thieves. You will regret coming here. I think the regret's gonna be yours, my dude. You will return to Eulmore. No! I won't go back to that cell. It is for your own protection. Oh dear. Pathetic. He's actually really strong. Stay there while I tend to these vermin. The tales do not lie. He is fierce beyond reckoning. We're outmatched. He cannot maintain this onslaught forever. Be prepared to run. You will do no such thing.
Be gone!
Oh dear. And now just you and me. Ugh, be careful, Foxy. You are made of sterner stuff than the rest. Oh, come on. I dealt with Xenos. I can deal with you. But will it be enough? Oh dear. This does not look good. Oh, I just barely got out. Gukamats, do my bidding. Seems you are no ordinary soldier. What gave you that idea? Ow, that was the wrong way to be. I have your measure now. The game is up.
It's over.
Ow. That's it then. Know your folly.
You boy, you bear a striking resemblance to the artist my master seeks. By all means, keep your counsel. You will all have ample time to confess your crimes back in Eulmore.
Thancred?
So, you are the wretch who stole her from us.
That wussifier!
What?
Pathetic. Vermin such as you are not worthy of the Oracle.
You would see your city razed?
I would sooner see it razed than conquered. Suffice it to say, we are ready to receive you.
What now, Exarch? Will you face me yourself?
I think not, General. I've quite exhausted my tricks. If you mean to give chase, I will not stand in your way. But you would do well to tread warily, for your quarry goes to a place where even Eulmore dare not bear its steel. Eulmore, the Fairy Kingdom.
Mountain of indolence still had the energy to unleash his hounds. Even the most pointless of conflicts may alter a world's course. And now the plan has gone awry. But how? How did the so-called Crystal Exarch bring the hero of the Source to the First? As if I didn't have enough on my hands already. Then again, with a soul such as that, mayhap there is another way. One which does not require bloodshed.
Now, where have we seen this guy before? And for that matter, how has he come to the First?
Not so long ago, here in the shadow of the northern ranges, lay the great kingdom of Verbert. A nation with a proud history that the Sin Eaters cut short, just like all the rest. Since that time, these lands have become a haven for Fey folk. Dreamers frolicking amidst the ruins of a forgotten realm.
We should be safe enough here. It's good to see you again, my friends. I don't know about you, but it feels like years since last we met. 5 of them in my case.
Ah, it is great to see you too, Thancred.
Why, it only feels like 1 to me, but long enough to warrant a more convivial reunion either way. What brought you to Laxon Loft?
The girl, Minfilia, she and I were traveling together, hunting Sin Eaters. But as we were nearing Lakeland, she abruptly ran off on her own. I found her too late to stop the Eulmorans from taking her prisoner. And as I was considering rescue options, I observed that the Crystarium was on the move. So I consulted the Exarch, who apprised me of the details of the operation and issued me certain instructions. Should the situation take a turn for the worse, I was to see you all safely to Eulmore. And here we are.
Urianger has called this place home for a while now, yet we have never called upon him, I am ashamed to say. 'Twas only at the Crystarium that we met.
Hardly surprising. This is not the sort of place one visits on a whim. Happily, having trespassed on Urianger's hospitality for a spell, Minfilia and I have an idea of how things work around here. Sooner or later, the Eulmorans will come after us. But before they do, the Exarch bids us accomplish 2 things. First, rendezvous with Urianger. And second, eliminate the Lightwarden of this land.
So, Minfilia. What made you leave Thancred behind, if you don't mind me asking?
You. The hero from another world. I was asleep when I felt it. A presence. Someone I was meant to meet. They were close and I knew I had to go to them. But with all the commotion in Lakeland, I was afraid that Thancred wouldn't let me.
And would I have been wrong? Had I arrived a moment later, you would be back in your cell in Eulmore. And now we have Ranjit snapping at our heels. You really have outdone yourself this time.
I'm sorry. Thank you for saving me.
Oh, poor thing being scolded so.
Who said that? Show yourselves.
Come now, put away that frown and have some fun with us. Yes, let us have some fun. Lots and lots of fun.
Which way was it to Urianger's?
We've been there so many times, but I can't. Why can't I remember?
Damn it all. We're already caught in their spell.
Oh dear, it looks like the Fae are already here messing with us. Fairies, I take it. Yep. I was worried about the others back in Lakeland, but maybe I should be worried about us. I'm trying my best to remember, but it feels like peering through fog. Eulmore is the fairy kingdom, and as one might expect, it is home to the Fae folk. The most prominent among them are the pixies, who have a penchant for making mischief. They use powerful illusions to play tricks on all who venture into their domain. By way of an example, they can make a familiar path seem wholly unfamiliar, or lead you to believe you're somewhere you're not. And we are now, I am sorry to say, entirely at their mercy. Oh dear. Well, it does not seem like a safe place to be, for sure. But we are going to have to worry about that in the next episode. We've gotten quite a bit done. We've rescued Minfilia, we've unlocked flying in Lakeland, and now we've ventured into the fairy realm of Eulmore, which we will explore in the next episode. So, until then, my name is Foxy Games, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.